tell you my secret now. I see dead people.
Welcome to Blondes and Booze. You are about to embark on a journey, one that often leads to more questions than answers. But fear not, your host, Krista, Aaron, and Brandi have the experience, the perseverance, and yes, even the gifts to pull back the veil and allow us to glimpse the other side. They will share not only their experiences, but will introduce you to world-renowned researchers and experiencers to help you find answers in the murky waters of what we call the paranormal. Their bonds with each other reach far beyond friendship, resulting in a pull-no-punches approach to the many subjects they explore. Their goal? To open eyes, hearts, and even minds to what lies on the other side, and the answers residing there.
Hey everybody, welcome.
Hello.
Hey everybody.
We have our honorary blonde here with us tonight.
That's right.
Our biggest boo.
Yeah. That was good, Brandi.
That's it.
That was a good one. That's funny. No, welcome everybody to Blondes and Booze. Want to go through and give everybody hellos to Gary, Catherine Gay, our good buddy, Mr. Randy. And I'm going through chat here. Hello, Crystal. Hello, Nana Boss.
Well,
Wow.
hello, Krista. Well, hello, Brandi. Finally caught a flight to finish getting here this morning.
Hello, Glenn Dannison. Glad you're here. I'm trying to go through. Crystal J, good to see you. Crystal McGee, good to see you. Roger Blair, Vixen Doe, hello. Goodness. Facebook user, I apologize. It's just coming up as Facebook user. A Spiritual Odyssey, hello. Hopefully I don't refresh. Oh, Mr. Donnie Toe, hello. Anything goes, he says. Let's get wild tonight. You betcha. That's us three. There we go.
You know, when you put that on there and I saw the name of the show, I was like, uh-oh. We are in trouble. You come to Blondes and Booze not realizing what we do to begin with, and then you say anything goes.
Well. Quick shout out to Wendy, hello. Pancho Zorch, hello. Raymond, hello. Kevin, good to see you. Trying to go through here. Scott, good to see you. All right. And I'm sorry if I missed anybody. Apologize. But welcome everybody here. Brandi, you want to remind everybody what to watch this week and all that good stuff?
Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you first and foremost. Tonight is our last live night for the week. Yes. Tomorrow we put up our show again on Marley Woods with Thomas Ferrario. It's been the one that everybody seems to talk about, so we're going to play it one more time tomorrow night. So don't forget to watch that again if you missed it. Okay, so let's start on Monday at 8 p.m. Central. It's Texas Front Porch, of course. As I always say, I'm the bestest host on there. Forget Tex. He's going to kill me, but I'm the best host. On Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central, it's Bob Van Buren with the Van Buren Variety. At 8 p.m. Central on Tuesday, it's Bigfoot Michigan Rob with Beyond BMR. On Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, it is now Jason McLean Questions Everything. He's got some good shows out there, folks, so make sure you go watch those. At 8 p.m. Central, it's Danielle Diva in the Diva Dimension. On, let's move on. Where are we? Thursday. Gosh, there's so many shows. Thursday at 12 p.m. Central, it's Brunch with Bigfoot Michigan Rob and his lovely co-host, Krista. I think she's the bestest host, too, but we're not going to tell him that. He might hurt me.
Right.
Thursday night, of course. Of course, it's Blondes and the Booze Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central. On Fridays, you can catch us again with Blondes, Booze, and the Woo at 8 p.m. Central. On Saturday, 2 p.m. Central, Tex and Danielle Diva will release their latest episode of Infamous Minds. And Donnie Cho's got his channel going. Hey, he put up a great episode last night. Donnie Does Dallas. So make sure you go over to Donnie Cho's channel where it says Donnie Cho Says Stuff.
Just to reiterate, it is not any type of pornography or anything like that.
No. Everybody here, I think, knows Donnie, so I think we're okay. But if you don't, he's got a real sense of humor.
Yes. We were fortunate.
But then again, it's Krista and Brandi. Anything goes.
Right, that's right. We were fortunate enough at the Dogman conference. He came in and we had breakfast with him and went out a night or two and had a good time.
Yeah. Dallas stays in Dallas.
Yep.
It was a really cool.
Loved Donnie long time.
See, if you know Donnie, you know Donnie's got a sense of humor. So.
Yep. And so does Greg, because that was Greg's comment. That's funny. No, we got a lot of good things coming up, and I guess probably a lot of you are wondering why Marty is actually sitting next to me and not in another square on the screen. But we have a event this weekend, and I know that there are some tickets available still for Saturday's event. It's the Ozark Mountain Bigfoot Conference and Expedition, and we're leaving tomorrow. Marty, Brandi, and myself, we're actually camping and with the guys there, and tomorrow night and Saturday night, and then Saturday during the day is the conference. And I know you can only buy tickets at the door now, and they're $35, and it's cash only. And do you have anything else to add to that?
I don't.
Okay.
I apologize for how I'm going to smell on Saturday now. Just saying.
What? Wait.
We are going to be out there.
Catherine said that she accidentally put Donnie in timeout. Uh-oh. Catherine. Unfortunately, Donnie does need to be in timeout sometimes, but it's okay. He'll be all right. He'll be back. We love you, Donnie.
Yes. It was an accident. Right?
But apologizing how we smell on Sunday.
Yes.
On Saturday.
On Saturday.
Well, you know what? I've got some body wipes.
But I mean, you know.
I got some body wipes. I'll give you some. We'll be all right.
I got some.
Greg says, ew.
Exactly. We're not all this glam. All the glamour you see right here before you now does not happen in the woods.
No. Well, yeah, all
quick,
this glam. This glam
quick.
does happen in the woods.
Real quick, Lord Imp was guest today on BMR show. If you guys missed it, go back and catch it. It's a great show.
Excellent show.
He has a crazy account of of a dogman encounter when he was a teenager.
He's gonna have to come on my show.
Yep, it was definitely worth watching. And he says, and it was great seeing you ladies in Texas at the Paranormal Roundtable, 2nd Annual Dogman and Cryptid Conference. Absolutely, it was. It was great meeting you.
Fantastic show.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and for him, because I told him I'd like to get him on Blondes too, so that'll be fun.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you guys had him on before. You
No.
haven't. Oh, okay.
No, we haven't.
Oh,
Nope.
okay.
Nope.
Well, we had a guest tonight, but things the wires got crossed and we didn't make the connection. So here we are.
Kind of like me not making my connect-in flight last night.
Yeah, let's talk about that, Marty. What happened?
Truth be told, there was a little old lady who absolutely did not want to give up all of her bags and was fighting with the stewardesses. And yes, my flight was 45 minutes leaving late. Yeah. So missed my connecting flight. I called Krista, hysterical. I'm like, and she's like, it's okay.
So she had to stay the night in Dallas. And then I picked her up this morning.
So I went to Dallas. I did Dallas for about 6 hours.
You sure did.
I saw Donnie. I saw Donnie while I was there. I saw you, Donnie.
Did you see what he said?
Donnie, you were accidentally put in timeout. It was not. Shame on
we
you.
We Koreans never forget, he says.
Got a long memory.
Funny. It's all good.
Donnie all acted like he's never been put in timeout.
Right. Well, Scott says I got roofied in Dallas on the layover.
Oh dear God.
This has gone downhill very fast.
Yeah, this wasn't that anything goes. What I was thinking, but okay.
Apparently, a lot of people took it seriously, Krista.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Anybody that's on our Facebook site coming into the stream, hey, just jump on over to YouTube. Come see us on YouTube at Blondes and Booze, and that way we can see who you are, because we see your comments, but we can't tell you hi or anything because we don't know who you are. But hi, Facebook user.
Yes, hello, Facebook user. I've seen one that she commented, and that was Kathy. She said, my BFF.
But like and subscribe while you're here.
Yeah, please do. We definitely appreciate it. Anyway, so we just kind of wanted to come on here tonight. If there's anything in general, any paranormal or cryptid or UFO or metaphysics topic you guys would like us to chat about, we'll be happy to. So just drop that in the comments and we can all discuss it and go from there. We have another deal that we are doing here. This here is in December, first part of December. We're doing a deal with DAX Machina, Naoma Finn, Open to Doubt, and What's Really Out There. And if you guys would go and subscribe to all of those channels, and I'll be dropping all the links in chat this evening. Honestly, not only because they're all great channels, but because you're going to have to watch one episode to catch this part of it, another episode to catch another part of it, to stay into it. And it's going to be fun. It's something that we've been planning for a little bit now, and it's going to be a good time. Yeah. But I can't give away any more than that. We're going to wait another month or two to exactly tell you what we're doing. But you do want to subscribe to all of those different channels. And like I said, I'll keep dropping them in link in the chat tonight. So anyway, Brandi. Oh, here's somebody says something here. I would really like to know what people here think about CE5. That'd be cool.
Matt and I have tried CE5 a few times. It didn't really work for us. We didn't really we just do weird stuff and then we get activity. Mm-hmm. But every time we tried the actual CE5, it never worked for us. So I got nothing bad to say about it. It just never really worked for he and I, and through our research.
Mm-hmm. So Brandi and I, we have a friend who's really into the CE5, and I actually had my first UFO encounter that I actually seen what was with her. We weren't doing the CE5, but it's on my to-do list. I believe it's doable. I mean, it's a form of like a meditation from what I understand, you know, and you're asking for them to, you know, let us see them.
Yeah.
So
it's like you're putting out, it's like you play these tones,
right.
These like these meditation kind of like frequency kind of tones, like binaural beats kind of mixed in it a little bit. And then it kind of helps get you into a specific meditation state, or it's supposed to. And then you set your intention and you put out love and light and high vibrational, you know, kind of trying to attract high vibrational beings.
Right. Right.
And then you are supposed to come. But
so I seen my friend Erin, she asked what is CE5, and I don't know all of the different ones, but it's like I know there's
Dr. Stephen Greer has an app. Okay. And I don't know if it's called CE5 or there's an app that he created that you can play the CE5 tones. What's also cool about the app, I will tell you, is that it does put you in touch with other people that are in your area that are also into going out and sky watching and things like that, and doing the CE5 together as groups. Mm-hmm. So that is a really neat feature of that app. But you know, it's just more along the lines of the app itself helps you. It's just so you don't have to go looking everywhere for the tones or for the music or for the meditation or anything like that. Yeah. It's convenient.
Yeah. And Scott says, follow the procedure and it will work. So like I said, I've never done it, but, you know, it's something that I'd definitely be willing to try. And
it is cool.
Yeah. Our good friend, Terry Mosby, I know a lot of you guys have seen her here on the show with us and in chat, and she's big into it. And so it's on Brandi and I's to-do list, you know, to go out and hang with Terry and try that.
They like that.
Yeah, I do. I want to try it out. I want to see, you know, if it'll work for me. I mean, it doesn't work for everybody. I mean, nothing does.
So. I hear people have amazing results. Really. I hear people talk about how amazing it is. It just, you know, for whatever reason, it didn't work for us, but it doesn't mean it won't work for someone else. Trust me. It's all, you know, it's all relative to whatever situation that you're in too.
So Randy, our buddy Randy here, he says, so I'm not going to look it up. Sounds like an electronic Ouija board.
No,
it's not. It's not
No.
It's more on a meditation. Ouija boards are not meditating.
Yeah, no, that's a divination tool.
Right.
Or at least that's what I think they are. That's how I look at them.
Yep. And then Fifth Light Bandit says, I just go look up and in my mind and say, I'm here to show my love and learn. Here I am, and wait for hours.
That's what works for me and Matt.
Yeah.
We go.
Well, there's a new name. I don't know that name. Welcome.
Yeah. Yes. Welcome to the show, Fifth Light Bandit. Appreciate you being here. Yeah. And then I just got to put Donnie's comment up because, you know, Donnie just cracks me up. Wear pants. I had to learn that lesson the hard way. I never had so many UFO folks look at me like I was crazy before.
It was so embarrassing.
Donnie, if I hadn't met you in person, so to all of our moderators, please do not ban Donnie from our channel. But yeah.
Well, we do like him.
We do. Paranormal Pixie, she says, what are your preferences for paranormal investigating? Types of equipment, ways of making contact, and tips on doing good research on a location? Brandi, you want to answer that one first?
Oh gosh, I'm an audio person. So I've learned a long time ago, never walk in there without a recording device of some kind. I can't tell you how many times I've walked into a location and something is said, something happens, and guess what? I don't have my recorder on. So that is my number one. I also like to live listen, so I make sure I've got my headphones and all of my cords that I need for that. I would say that's the equipment that I like. The tip that I like to use for investigating is pick a room. whatever calls to you, whatever you're drawn to, start there and work your way around the total location, room by room by room. And, if we're carrying notebooks in like a residential, we're carrying notebooks, we're writing down anything that is normal, what is what is not normal in that location, all that kind of stuff. So, it's really basically what works for you. But like I said, I usually start from the room that calls me the most, and then I just work every room from there.
What about you, Marty?
My favorite piece of equipment is my little baby FLIR, I call it. It's a little teeny little FLIR. That's my favorite. And just plugs right into my iPhone, and I love it. It's a great thermal.
Those are awesome. I've seen people have those, and I want one so bad. I can't afford one, but I would like one.
Yeah. So my advice would be, I know a lot of people watch TV shows and it's all action packed, and truly it's not. When you're sitting in a haunted location, a lot of times you're sitting there and absolutely nothing is happening
for hours.
So don't go in with expectations that it's going to be bouncing all night long, because that just isn't the case. And also, when we do private cases, we don't go in with the thought that this house is haunted. We have to get our own evidence. Not that we don't believe the homeowner, but we have to experience what they are going through, to be able to help them and to determine if it truly is a haunted location, or, because there's a lot of different factors. EMF, high EMF can make people hallucinate, so when we do go into a private case, we go through and do baseline readings, the whole house, and, well, thank you. Thank you very much, Pancho. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Pancho.
But, so we go in and we, it's nothing that like what the TV shows say. And Glenn makes a comment here. He says, they're not investigators, they're entertainers. Yes and no. I will say, like, there's a couple that are on the TV shows that we do know personally. And one, I'll just throw his name out. KD Stafford. He's been on lots and lots of TV shows. And I investigated with him way before he was ever on TV. I know Aaron is in chat. Kathy is in chat. We've all investigated with him way before he was ever even thought about being on TV. So I believe to an extent, some of them are true investigators. Some of them, I do agree with you though. Like the ones with the all men and it starts with GA. I believe that is for entertainment, 100%. And then Erin also made the comment, use your own senses. And she's absolutely right on that. You don't need devices to go into a place and know if it's haunted or whatever. Pay attention to your body. Your body is your own best piece of equipment.
Yep.
And thank you very much.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Laura.
Yeah, I mean, because I use equipment, it's to document, but I also document experiences, because those are those mean a lot too. So don't think that you need all this equipment to go and investigate, because you don't. But I just use it because if I have to go back to something, even if I hear a door slam, my audio's there and it's documented right there that here's the door slam. I've got it. So it did happen, because sometimes when you're walking through by yourself, you might think you're crazy or second guess yourself, but then you always have your audio or your video to go back on. So always remember that.
Absolutely. And you know what, in all the TV shows that you see, and even us, when we do our investigations, do these live shows, they're always at night. You don't have to, ghosts don't care if it's day or night. I've had things happen during the day, and it's just, I don't know if it's because the TV shows do it or people do it for the spooky effect. I don't know, but it doesn't have to be, in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Did you see what Donnie said? He's got a great comment.
That's a good point. Absolutely. A very good point.
And, and that's just not with paranormal investigations. You are absolutely right. We do not There's no drinking allowed at all.
No.
When we do a public event, we don't allow any of that. And actually,
you have to be thinking clear.
I have been, a team that I was on. We have removed people from our events because they came, either they were high or they were drunk, and it is a liability. And you know what? And it's not only a liability to the building, but it's a liability to yourself, because when you're in an altered state, that's when things can attach to you, and they can,
yes.
Not to mention fall down a flight of stairs or something.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So, in the dark.
Yeah, and also with even, like this weekend, we're going to be out in the woods, Bigfooting, and we won't have a drop to drink.
No,
you just don't do that when you're doing any type of research at all. That's just our opinions, and that's what we live by.
Right.
Yep. So.
Well, hello, little Patty. I see you.
There's always after parties.
Yes. Marty.
There's always after parties. That's when you're off duty. Yes.
That's right.
Yes, absolutely. Fifth Light Bandit says fluctuating temperatures and head pressure are pretty good signs or something there for me, at least.
Yes.
True story.
Yes.
Our bodies are our own biosensors. I mean, trust me, if you get a cold chill, I don't need anything to tell me that cold, you know what I mean? Like your body will tell you everything.
Everything.
It will.
And Paranormal Pixie, she says, I totally agree. My body is the best piece of equipment, but it's great to have some methods to record and review. Mm-hmm. You know what? Yes. And Brandi can attest to this. When we go to a haunted location, do I use equipment?
No.
I don't. I very, very rarely. I might grab a K2 or something, or maybe a REM pod, but not for very long. And most of the time it's just my own senses, because I think most of us have that ability to tell, either it gets heavy, or some people get goosebumps, or you feel like you walked through a spider web. Some people, their left toe could itch. That could be their sign, whatever. But you got to pay attention to your body.
Yeah. Believe it or not, if anybody has an Apple Watch, like I love my Apple Watch. I actually used it in the field as my audio recorder when I'm actually hiking. I mean, it actually gets better audio than my Zoom recorder.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. It's a great piece of equipment. It's on my wrist. I have no idea it's going. Before I get out of the car, I turn it on and I forget about it. And I just go about, do whatever I got to do. And when I get home, I can go through it. And it's a really, really good audio recorder. If you don't have money and you don't want to go out and buy a piece of equipment specifically, and you have an Apple Watch, just use the audio recorder right on your Apple Watch. It works perfect. Don't even need another piece of equipment.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, you also have your telephone. Your cell phone could be your friend. I mean, you can use video, audio, get an app, whatever you need. But I mean, everybody has one of those nowadays, so you can use that too.
So Derek Galloway asked, question: if someone takes their own life, are they more prone to haunt people? Honestly, I don't believe so myself. I think that, the reason for hauntings is a lot of it's just unfinished business, or they have a message that they want to get out, or they don't feel like they're worthy enough to go into the light, so I don't think it matters of how you die, but that's just my opinion. Now, I have heard of traumatic deaths where some people don't even know they've died, so, I mean, it could be, but I
don't think they're prone to it. I just don't think they're prone to it.
I don't either.
But do you guys, don't you guys also feel like that there are some spirits that are afraid to cross over? Like they're just afraid. For whatever reason, they don't know that it's a safe place.
Yeah. Yes.
Because I know
it's kind of like they got lost.
They're not sure where to go. Like they're just kind of confused a little bit. They know, and they're not sure.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I do.
Yeah. So the Lost Frequency podcast is in the chat, and actually,
hey there, great channel, love your channel.
Actually, after this,
I'm subbed. Go sub,
and after we're done with this show tonight, Brandi and I are doing a show with them this evening.
Mm-hmm.
So fun time.
It's a long night. It's just our weekend started already. It's just going to be a long one. Let's just go.
Yeah.
I'm a day ahead of you.
Yeah. Spiritual Odyssey says, how about the Spirit Talker app? So this is my opinion, and a lot of people they disagree with me on this, but with a lot of the apps, okay.
I think I agree with you on this.
Do you?
I think so.
Well, because these apps, they're on your phone. Your phone hears every single thing you say or talk about. If you say, hey, I had Taco Bell for dinner, guess what? You're going to start seeing Taco Bell ads, And so I feel like these apps are right there with them and programmed, So if you're wanting to see Betsy Sue and Betsy Sue Han's here, well, it's going to pick up that name.
Here's what I have noticed, because there's a lot of channels that use this app. I personally have used the app myself in different locations. I am noticing that a lot of the same words and a lot of the same phrases, these people are getting the same exact words and phrases I've gotten out of the blue.
Right.
And I don't know. I feel like it's that they have a word bank.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're entertainment and not really an investigative tool. That's just my opinion. And this is something that I just started to feel this way about it. I just started.
Thank you, Catherine.
Yes.
Thank you, Catherine.
Yes, thank you.
But just to add on to that, Marty, I mean, honestly, because when you download these apps, they have to ask for permissions, and one of them is for your mic.
Yes.
That's a dead giveaway.
Yes.
That's a dead giveaway. If the app asks your permission to use your microphone, it's a no.
And doesn't the app, Brandi, even say that it's for entertainment purposes? I want to say it does.
They all do. But they all do, because they don't want to say, hey, you can talk to ghosts. They don't want to say that. But
I rather just use my K2 meter and ask questions and get responses that way. That I feel much more confident with just that.
Yeah, exactly. And the best thing you can do is listen. Ask the question and listen.
Yep.
You'd be surprised. That's when your audio comes in handy, because you're sitting there and you hear something and you may not understand what it says right then. But by the time you get it home, and then you can get in a quiet place and put your earphones on and listen to it, you'll finally figure out what it says. I have programs that I put mine through, so I take out, sounds and things like that, just so I can get to the voice. But let me tell you something. Just listen, because you will hear so much more when you're not focusing on all of the equipment.
I got a question for you ladies. So, there's pareidolia regarding photographs, right?
Yes.
I've also heard that there is pareidolia that you can get through audio using, if you don't hear what it's saying, but say Krista heard it, and then Krista goes, oh, it said, hi, Mike. And then you all of a sudden, and then you hear it, you'll hear this. I mean, is that possible?
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's a real thing, right?
Yeah, it sure is, because we could sit and listen to an audio clip, and you could hear one thing and I could hear another.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And you could also leave
because there's different classes of EVPs as well. You got your class A, and which is totally
those?
Where you can understand.
Yeah,
perfect.
A class A you should never have problems with. Never.
Yep. It'll be clear as day.
Clear as day. It's usually the class B or the class C is where you're having issues figuring out what it actually is. I was going to say something and now I forgot. We've got off on that.
Sorry.
Having a blonde moment. What are you going to do?
It happens.
Yep. I have been dropping some links in the chat once again for DAX Machina, Naoma Finn, the Nana Boss, and then What's Really Out There, which is Robbie Reigns' channel. Because we are doing an event with DA, Naoma, and Robbie, and
they're really great channels anyway. So I don't know why you're not subscribed.
Absolutely.
Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, I was just trying to read through chat and I missed them while
I know what it was. Talking about EVPs. Also, Marty, to elaborate on what you were saying about like a pareidolia type thing happening with EVPs, you can also lead somebody into hearing the same thing you're hearing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can.
So you could say, I saw white doves, and you could tell somebody, hey, it said I saw white doves. Next thing you know, they're like, yeah, I hear it. Because you're telling them subconsciously that's what they're hearing too. So you got to be very careful on that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I just say, write it down. What you hear, write it down.
Yeah, because I like when it comes to like audio type stuff, like Brandy's the girl. Like she's the audio girl. Let me tell you.
I love my audio.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Scott, just to reiterate again, a Class A, there's no doubt what it said. I mean, you can take one person in one room and this person in another room. Everybody gets the same thing. Class B is it's you can pretty much hear.
You can distinguish between a male and a female. Right. You can hear conversations loud and clear, but you can't understand what they're saying.
Yeah. And then a Class C, it could be like, you hear boat and I hear moat, something like that. That's more of a Class C, and it's kind of hard to understand. You hear something, but you can't really tell.
A Class C is more of a grunt, a growl, a moan. It's really not distinguishable.
Yeah. Thank you, Anna. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Anna.
If anybody hasn't done so, go and subscribe to Joanstead Farms also. Anna is a friend of ours. Mm-hmm. We go to the LBL with her. She is badass. I'm not kidding. And she's been on our show. And actually, we need to get her on the show again. We've talked about it. She had a near-death experience, and it's pretty incredible. And so go and subscribe to Joanstead Farms also. Her and Michelle, they are two badass women that camp in the middle of the LBL by themselves. Yes. True story. In a tent.
There's a few of us really, really.
Yes.
We have some badassery going on. All right. Just saying. Just saying.
True story. So anyway, but yeah, EVPs. I like listening to EVPs, honestly. However, I will throw this out there. So a lot of people claim if you listen to EVPs a lot, like in your home or things like that, you can actually invite things in.
I've heard that too. Is that true?
I think anything's possible with the paranormal.
Oh, that's true.
That
is.
And as much paranormal documentaries and shows and geez, myself just listening to my own going on. Yeah, I guess. I mean, but it's no different than anything else, really. I mean,
I hear, a lot of people talk about not to do any of these things in your house. Like, don't do these things in your house like I did.
Right. Right.
And I don't do that. Don't do that. That was a bad example.
I don't try to communicate. Does that make sense? Right. I don't communicate in my home. Now, I can review evidence. I can watch it. I can do everything, but I do not communicate in my home. The only time I communicate in my home is to say, stay out of here. You're not welcome.
Yeah.
That's it.
The only thing now that I do is I use my dowsing rods with my guides and my guardians, and that's it.
Right.
Right.
Because I don't allow anything else to interact inside my home unless they're my, my guides or my guardians. That's it.
Right. Pancho Zorch asked at Blondes and Booze, what would you call a shadow that only one person could see? After years of seeing the shadow, either a lucid dream, a 5 shadow Bigfoot came to life, or is it real? Let me read that again. I think if you're the only one seeing, so to answer like the first question, if you're the only one seeing this, then either, I mean, it could be a number of things. Yes, it could be something maybe attached to you. However, it could be, you might have abilities also, because people with abilities can see spirit that not everybody else can see also. So the second part of that, after years of seeing this shadow, either had a lucid dream. Honestly, like if you're having lucid dreams and stuff of it, it could either, lucid dreams could either be like a message to you, or I feel it, I mean, maybe it is true.
Meditating at the time,
right?
Or is he sleeping?
Right. Are you meditating, Pancho, at the time, or are you sleeping?
Because I think that there's a difference there. Like if you're during meditation, it's very easy to have quote unquote lucid dreaming. If you're meditating, if you're sleeping and you're having very vivid dreams, isn't always a lucid dream. They're kind of different.
Right. I would agree.
Yeah.
So I hope we answered that question for you. Brandi, do you have anything else to add to that?
Just listen to your intuition, what it's telling you.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Yep. Speaking of which, that's another thing, like, as far as your guts, pay attention to it, because you know what? That sucker will never lie to you. And, so if your gut's telling you to go left, but you want to go right, by golly, you better go left,
Right.
And that, your gut will never lie to you. Never. So always trust your gut. Let's see here. I'm trying to read through some of the comments.
Yeah, I trust my guides and guardians also, because they got me. I that's all I can say is they got me. Yeah. They got me. Because I put out a video and it was talking about the angel numbers 444. Follow your path. Trust your guardians, and talking about true love and how this could be that they're looking for me. What's happening?
I want to talk about those numbers. Like, what is it with the numbers? Like, I see 11 all
check
the
this out.
time.
Let me tell you this story, and let me tell you, because I've got some really funny guides and guardians. I'm just gonna say they're relentless. So I had the 444. I seen it 4 times that week. I'm like, okay, I better pay attention. So I started, studying the numbers, seeing what it was. And they were talking about that, to stay on this path, that my guides and guardians are trying to find true love for me, and blah, blah, blah. So I got all excited, like, hey. And then that night, okay, so I watched this lady online selling crystals. I trust her. She's got great products, and I just love her. So I just watch her. So, she had a drawing, and she said, anybody that shares, and she put you down in a number list on her list, and da. And I won with the number 4.
Real quick, I want to interrupt you. Abnormal Investigations is out in the field. Just want to say be safe and good luck, and let us know if you find anything.
Yes, Mike, let us know.
And thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you.
Stay safe.
Okay. I'm sorry, Brandi.
Anyways, so I won. I won with the number 4, and I'm like, okay, here we go again. Wow, this is really going to happen. And then I won a spherulite. I don't know if any of you have seen a spherulite. It's a very beautiful stone. It's very crystal, and it's got geodes, and it's just lovely. It's just really pretty. So then I'm like, you know what? I better look up the meaning for this and see, how this is supposed to be for me. Well, it says, stay steadfast on the path you're on. This is supposed to help you continue on the path you're on.
Yeah, love
the path
it.
I'm on is single. Hello, it's single. I'm on the path. And
but that path is going somewhere. So you just
the spherulite is supposed to help you continue the journey that you're on. So I'm like, okay, fine.
There you go.
So I'm thinking it's all love and da. Then my spirit guides and guardians are like, no.
No.
No, that's not what we're saying. So I'm like, fine. Okay, we're having an argument in my house. My guardians, my guides, and me. We're having a fight. I'm like, okay, fine.
Yep. And a lot of people have, certain numbers that, maybe they're feeling anxious or nervous or scared, and they see these numbers. And, to me, that's a sign. That is a sign that somebody, maybe your loved one on the other side or one of your guides or something. It's a reassuring message.
Yeah.
For instance, my daughter, she was born on May 23rd. And after my grandma died, she was really close to my grandma. And she started seeing the number 23 all the time, everywhere. She even tattooed it on her neck. And now when she's going through something, she'll start seeing the number 23. And then my grandson, her son, was born on August 23rd. So it's just like, it's definitely a significant number for her. And that happens
it's for her.
Yeah. So just,
and 4 has always been one of mine, but I just make sure I pay attention when I start seeing those angel numbers.
Yeah.
And angel numbers, if you don't know, are like 111, 222. So pay attention to those.
Yeah.
11 is always, I see 11 constantly. Yeah. Somebody will message me and I'll look at the time and it'll be, I don't know, 111, 211, 10, 1011, always an 11. There's always an 11. I see 11 constantly. But for me, I always feel like with you, what you said, like it's a validation for me. It's like, okay, Marty, there's something you need to pay attention to. Just stay the course. For me, it's my guides and guardians giving me validation and confirmation that I'm on the path, that I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone. Yep.
Yeah. What was I going to say now? I was going to say, Krista, you okay? Did you drink something and go down the wrong pipe? I wasn't quite sure what happened there. So, anyway, she'll be back in a minute. It's just me here. The funniest thing today is talking about angel numbers and all that. The metaphysical side of everything. People were talking, I don't know if anybody's noticed lately how everybody's been in such a miserable mood. I mean, miserable. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with people? I'm thinking it's the heat, but I'm like, all right. So then somebody had posted today, it was Jessica Potter, and she posted, everybody's saying today a big shift is coming. Everybody can feel this big shift. And I'm like, yeah, you want to know why? Because Mercury is in retrograde and today is the last day. So tomorrow should be an easier day. So just to let you know, if everybody around you is being nasty, well, it's going to get better tomorrow. Today was the last day.
Yeah.
I had to say that.
I really believe that too. Like, I really do. I really believe like it's there is some, I don't know, like there is
those
an
planets.
awakening. There is an awakening happening though.
Yeah, more and those planets can throw you out of alignment. I am not kidding.
But more and more people are looking for spiritual answers. More and more seekers, more and more people are seeking truth. And it's something that we forget sometimes to when we meet, when we meet new people, it seems like haven't you noticed, Brandi? Like you meet somebody and you don't know them, you never met them, and then all of a sudden it's like you just click and you click and you're like, how do we click? We just met. It's like all of us are coming together and creating, and by raising our vibration, and we are vibing together at a higher frequency. In my opinion, I really believe that. I think it's happening right now.
Lil Patty says, I hope so, Brandi, because the whole week has been poopy. It's been poopy. And it has been for me. and everybody I'm working with, because I work with a lot of people, and it just seems like for the last couple weeks, it has just been just like, ugh, and you're like,
no,
okay, I just, because I know what's going on.
Yes,
I know what's going on.
Soul tribe gatherings. That's
Gatherings.
right, Alan.
Yes.
Yep.
Was she okay, or is she choking up, or what?
I think she just it went down the wrong pipe, and she just got choked. You know how that is.
Happens.
Like you can't breathe, but you can't cough it up. It's like,
yeah. Unfortunately for me, it has a tendency to come out my nose. I'll get choked up and it'll come right out my nose. I'm sorry.
That is going to trigger any minute. Donnie Cho in the chat saying something over here in a second. I just know it. I feel it. I feel it coming.
Yeah, I get laughing so hard it'll come out my nose. Yeah.
Well, I got to laughing. I was on somebody else's show a couple of weeks ago, and it was so funny that I was laughing so hard. She's back. She's okay. I was laughing so darn hard. I caught myself snorting. I was snorting. I had to put myself on mute.
Well, you know what? Hang on to that, because we've got to go to break, and we'll see if we can get you to snort on the second half.
All right, we'll be back in 5.
See everybody in 5 minutes.
5.
Four minutes to go, folks. 4 minutes. Three minutes. We're almost there. Two-minute warning, guys. 2-minute warning. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. My coughing fit, I have no idea what happened. I can't explain it. I've been fine. I feel fine. Been fine all day. I have no idea.
True story.
But I feel fine. So anyway.
Just to remind everybody again, tomorrow night, we're doing a replay of the Thomas Ferrario interview on Marley Woods, because all three of us, will be in the woods.
Yeah, we sure will be.
And on my channel, actually, I did a interview with Shane Carpenter from Ozark Mountain, Sasquatch, back in December of 2022. And it's an amazing episode. I am going to be premiering that. It's called Shane Carpenter Revisited. And you guys, if you are new to my channel, check this out. You're going to see why we are going to spend the weekend with Mr. Shane Carpenter and Randy Harrington.
Yep. And also a quick shout out to D.A. Roberts will also be there on Saturday.
Yes.
So
it'll be fun to see him again. He's always a joy to be around.
Yep. Him and his wife both.
And I'm looking forward to, the speakers are going to be camping out with us this weekend too. So we get access to these amazing speakers and we get to pick their brains and hang out and
looking forward
learn. We're going to be learning a lot. It's going to be very educational for all of us too, because they're going to kind of be.
Yeah. I mean, that to me is like worth every bit of it, because, everybody knows that I hate primitive camping. I hate it.
Yeah. Brandi is a glamper.
Yeah. Yeah. And let's remind everybody why, because I know what's out there.
Yep.
I'm not a big fan.
And we're just stuff out there that will kill you. We just don't mean Bigfoot and dogmen. We mean bears and wild boars.
It's just like when I'm in Texas, I got to worry about the hogs. It's just no, because they'll not only kill you, they will eat you.
I found some really amazing bobcat prints when I went out Labor Day weekend. I mean, they were perfect. I could have casted those. They would have came out so beautiful. I was so mad because I had zero casting material. So,
yeah.
So,
real quick, Laura, she said, would love it if you get to go live some too. Honestly, I was told that cell service is choppy out there. So we will probably go live on Saturday, though, at the conference, because there is a conference to this, too. So we will probably.
Right. But you know what? We're going to be filming out there. So, check our YouTube channel. We'll post some stuff out there. Probably might be Sunday evening or Monday, but we'll get it.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll be posting some stuff too. So
So definitely stay tuned. And yes, little Patty snakes. But we have snake boots, so we're good.
I brought my snake boots. I did not bring my Kevlar snake boots because those are heavy. I'm not paying for that. I brought my other snake boots.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I personally, I used to do Civil War reenacting, so staying out in tents in the middle of nowhere, that doesn't bother me a bit. It really, truly doesn't.
Yeah, maybe.
I know how to squat to pee, so we're good. We're good.
That just brought up a really the female funnel.
Oh no, I'm not doing that.
No.
I have a little portable like a little toilet that I bring with me. It's just like it's easy. It's easy.
Right.
And then there's these little packets you can buy. You can get them on Amazon, and you just, after you do your pee, you just sprinkle these packets on there, and it just turns it into like a gel, and it smells like lemon.
I don't go that far.
I do.
I just pee.
Listen, I've got a lot more in my woods down there than y'all do up here. I have a lot more. So if I have to pee in the middle of the night, I'm not venturing out. Nope.
We use the buddy system. So when I got to pee, you and Brandi got to go with me.
I bring toilet paper.
Oh, yeah.
No leaves for me. Yeah, no leaves.
You know.
That's funny. So our friend Greg Ogles asks, what do you all enjoy watching in a paranormal cryptid documentary? Good question. You want to answer first, Marty?
What do we all enjoy watching in a paranormal? Truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want truth. Even if you find nothing, I want truth. That's just, I want truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love Greg's approach. And we talked about it on my channel when he came on my channel a couple of weeks ago. You know, I love the fact that Greg shows you the research behind what he's doing out there. He's showing you the research as it's happening and as they're finding things and they're, you know, I love that. I love to see the research. I love to see truth. And, you know, I mean, of course, and then my ultimate drone footage.
Yeah.
Drone footage. I love drone footage.
Yeah.
Your
and
turn.
Real quick, Greg Ogles has, he is Relic Films, and they just recently put out a documentary. You can find it on Tubi, and it's called The Legend of the Downy Booger. And it's awesome. It's a great documentary that he put out. And then we're going to be working with him next year in the spring. We're going to be doing something there at the Land Between the Lakes with him. So that'll be fun.
You guys are going to have a blast.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to that one.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Brandi, what do you like in a documentary?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to say what Marty said. It's the absolute truth. Don't make up stuff. I hate that. I hate that. It's like, just tell me the truth. You know, if you go out in the woods and only find squirrels, well, you know what? Film the squirrels.
Yeah.
Do that for me. You know, just don't say, oh, that sound. You know, it's a dog man coming or Bigfoot or no, it's squirrels. And when anybody who's spent any time in the woods knows that squirrels sound like a herd of cattle out there when they're playing in the leaves and in the trees. They are so loud. But the truth. Absolutely.
Yeah. Scott says, I seen my grandma take a piss in the Kmart parking lot. Haha. Well, Scott, I got one better for you. So my best friend, many, many years ago, I guess it was probably back in 89 or 90 or something, she peed out in the parking lot at a Motley Crue concert with a bunch of people around. True story.
She sounds gangster. We need to have her go with us on some investigations. I love it.
You gotta go. That's what she said. And sure enough, she dropped him right there at the Motley Crue concert in the parking lot. True story.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, it's documentaries, they have to keep your interest with telling the truth, so I mean, that's my thing. That's my thing.
I would agree with Connie on this too about fake scares.
Don't give me this. Don't scare me just to scare me.
Yeah. Yes. I definitely agree with that. So
where they start talking about a good piece of evidence and they put some music like playing and you're like, wait, don't put the music on.
Don't play music when we're trying to listen for voices. What's wrong with you?
They do that, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. A lot of that is something new because they used to not do that when the shows first came out. You know, the OG days, you know, with Brad and Barry Kling and all of that. They didn't have this music.
Mm-mm.
And it's just something, it's like, it's supposed to build up to something that you can't even hear. Right. It's like, you're like, you can see them. They're like, oh, footsteps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't hear anything. What do you mean footsteps? You know, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. Like Greg put out a good documentary. Definitely, if you're out there and you get Tubi, you can get it free on Tubi. Go watch it. Also, I like Small Town Monsters. Yes. They put out great videos.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hellbent and Holler. Absolutely. I love Hellbent and Holler ones too. I think they do a great job.
They do.
So
yes,
those are some of my off the top of my head that I am pretty faithful watchers too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm loving these questions.
I know,
right? We're getting great questions tonight.
Yeah, we are.
Really good.
We are.
Good conversation.
Yeah, now we're talking Motley Crue in chat. That's okay. We can talk Motley Crue.
All right. We can talk about,
yeah. And I agree. Too much Hollywood in some. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. We don't need music.
Yeah, like I won't say the name of the documentary, but it was a documentary about Dogman, and I was like, oh, this is awesome, because I was just kind of starting to get into Dogman at the time. And it was like, okay, they had me for like 10 whole minutes. And then after that, it was all downhill. I was like, whoa, this is bad. Like, it was just so Hollywood. That's the perfect like description. It's like when it's overproduced, you know, and the people's reactions don't seem genuine. They seem rehearsed. They seem like lines. They're not, you know, it's just not real. I want reality. I want real truth.
You know, Griff makes a good point here. He says, I really get annoyed by the way they edit those shows and documentaries on TV, edited to fit certain ways of which they want you to think.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes. It's true.
And that's, I think, goes back to where you were saying, you know, if you get nothing, say it, you know? Yep.
Yeah. It's just like we as investigators know that you could sit out there or sit in an abandoned house or whatever you're doing, and you can sit there for hours and hours and nothing.
Yeah. Yes, he does. I've watched his.
Yeah. Yep. Jay Bachochin has amazing documentaries as well.
And he did the Wild Beast of Bray Road.
Yes. Yeah, he was very close with her, with Linda.
Wow.
Researched with her for years.
Okay, next question. What places would you like to go to that you have not been to, and what would you look for? Good question. Marty?
I want to go to this place down in Homestead, and it's called the Coral Castle. And you guys probably have heard me talk about it. And I want to do a paranormal investigation there. And it's like I'm hitting a dead end. They just won't let you. They won't let you get there. I don't know why, but it's an amazing place. This guy, it's kind of like Stonehenge. They don't know how he built it. They don't know how he did it. He did it by himself. And he's there. I mean, I've been there. Like, I know he's there. His name was Ed. I can't think of his last name right now, but it's an amazing place. And I would it's so full of mystery. And I just feel like it would be such a cool place to go and do an investigation to try and connect with him.
Yep. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Brandi, you're up.
Well, you know, I got too many on my bucket list. I got like a whole ton on my bucket list. I think my biggest one on the bucket list is the QE2.
Yeah.
I want to go investigate that. I really, you know, you've got the first one and the second one. The second one's supposed to be even more haunted. Okay, I'll take it. But I'm actually in November going to hit one on my bucket list. I'm going to Ohio State Reformatory. That that's going to be really cool. That was one that was on my bucket list. And then Trans-Allegheny is the other one.
Yeah.
That's another one on my list. That's in Pennsylvania. And I think that would be my top ones right now. Once I start knocking them off, well, then I'll go on to the next ones.
I have two. One is the Stanley Hotel in Colorado. And the other one for me is Lizzie Borden House. Yep, the Paranormal Pixie. She's right on track with me, the Stanley.
I've been to both of those. I've been to both of them.
Yeah.
So,
and
yeah.
Did you investigate the Lizzie Borden House though?
No, they're not doing that. They're renting it out. They have people stay there. Yeah, and they have tours like all day long. So there's no way. I mean, if you rented a room or something, I suppose it would be all right if you did it that way.
Yeah.
It's a very small location. I wouldn't do it with more than 4 people. It is small. It's smaller than I thought it was, but it is small. I can say that. You can walk around it real quick.
Yeah. Real quick, Griff, you can find Greg's documentary. It's called The Legend of the Boogie Downer.
No, the Downy Booger.
Downy Booger. Sorry. The Legend of the Downy Booger.
On Tubi.
Right?
Yes.
Tubi.
On Tubi, yes. That's where I watched it.
It's great. You're gonna love it.
Yeah. It's a great documentary.
Yeah.
It's nothing but the truth.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And the thing is too that I like about it, like, well, I don't want to give it away too much, but as they said, it's the truth.
Yeah.
There's no fluff. And that's one of the things too, like people add fluff, to a lot of these shows and documentaries and Greg's documentary, there's no fluff. And I like that.
Yeah. Oh, in the Stanley Hotel, I didn't get to investigate that either. I lived probably an hour and a half. Well, no, I'm going to say about 2 hours from it. And I just couldn't bring myself to pay the price to stay there. I mean, there are times you're just like, nope, I can't spend that money.
There's even ghost fish at the Stanley. Like they have a fish tank or something and like ghost fish appear in it.
Did you guys also know that they were the investigators that were there, like the in-house investigators? That's where we got our Estes method from. Did you guys know that? That's where it was born, was at the Stanley. Wow. They were the first ones to start doing the Estes method.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. That is cool.
Yep.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Surprise, learning something every day.
Yeah.
Did not know that either.
Yeah.
So is it Carl Pfeiffer? He's the one that
Carl and Connor. Can't remember Connor's last name right now.
Okay. I don't know.
But
Carl
Pfeiffer.
I know what you're talking about, but yeah, I know Carl Pfeiffer.
Yep.
Yep.
They are the ones that came up with the Estes method.
Do you want to explain the Estes method for those that are in chat that don't know what it is?
The Estes method is basically you have a pair of like noise canceling headphones on and a blindfold. So you have this kind of like, you're in a space where you're not hearing anything. It's like sensory deprivation basically. And into the headphones, all you're listening to is white noise. So it's little radio and it's scanning and it's sweeping through radio stations at a fair rate. It's like back and forth. So you're not hearing anything other than that. You're not seeing anything, and that's all you're hearing. And then, like, if I was doing it, Krista would be asking questions. Mm-hmm. And then I say whatever it is I hear that comes through. So I am not aware of what she's asking. And when you have these sessions, it's pretty interesting how you do get very intelligent results. I mean, conversations.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go into what I would like to call a trance-like state.
You do.
That's why, they put the earphones on you, you got the blindfold on. Once you get really super used to it, you don't need the blindfold or anything anymore. You just start listening to the noise and it puts you right in that space and
Right
you
in it.
just go right
Mhm.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's, you don't always have to do that once you get good at it because it does take practice.
It does.
It really does. Because you're trying to hear every word and at first, and you can't spit all them
Mhm.
words out sometimes.
And I don't know about you, Brandi, but I don't remember a lot.
I don't either.
I don't remember my responses. And Matt has told me on numerous occasions that I'm channeling something. So, I mean, and I just don't remember them because you're just in this state,
Yeah.
Funny story. We're at Malvern Manor. Okay. I'm with Terry Mosby and War Criminal 7. It's just the three of us. Everybody else had gone to bed. And
I went to bed.
Yeah, she went to bed. Anyway, so we're doing the Estes method and everything. And I kept telling Terry she's nasty. I'm like, oh, you're nasty. You're nasty. Stop being nasty. And I kept telling her that over and over and over. When you get a repeat of something like that, it's not somebody sitting on a radio going, you nasty, you're nasty, you're nasty. And no, but it kept saying that. Stop being nasty. Terry's like, you told me to quit being nasty. I was like, what? What do you mean nasty? What were you doing?
Yeah, right. It's a very, I mean, I like doing it. I do. I enjoy doing it. I think that, I don't know. I just think it yields a lot of interesting results, in my opinion.
It lets me take a nice little nap because I honestly feel refreshed after it. As long as it's not. I'm going to take that back. Okay, being at Waverly Hills Sanitarium. Okay, so I did it there, but it was so emotional, overwhelming that I was feeling everything along with hearing everything. So I had to stop. I was crying, the snot and that was not. It was one of the most profound experiences I have ever had, but I do not want to repeat that. It just wiped me out totally. But there's other places where I'm just like so into it. It's like I'm taking a little nap and just spitting out words. It's like I feel refreshed when I'm done because I don't remember nothing. It's like taking a little nap.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to explain if you've never done it, but honestly, once you get into it and start doing it, it's very, I don't know.
If you have never done it, don't go do it. Sorry, I guess we should say that disclaimer. Don't go do this if you've never done this. Just like,
no,
you need to be, you need to be with people who know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like,
can bring you out.
And who can bring you out and know, because you can't be in for long periods of time. There's a lot of parameters. I mean,
and you got to trust the people, like Marty said, that you're doing it with too, because I mean, they watch. I mean, that's a perfect opportunity. You're open to be jumped.
Yes.
So your people that you're with, has to understand how you truly are as a person. Is this you, or is something more going on? And know to bring you out.
Matt and I were filming a session in Georgia, in the Georgia mountains, and during that session, I don't remember it, but Matt said during that session, I started channeling something, and Matt said it was definitely not, it wasn't anything positive. And he said that I was having trouble breathing. And he said that I was like, he saw that I was struggling physically and pulled me right out. And he had to pull me right out. So these things can go wrong if you do not know what you're doing and you don't, and you're, got to have somebody there, like Krista said, like that you trust.
Yeah, somebody that knows what they're doing. They have to know what they're doing, not somebody who's seen it done, somebody who has done it several times and it's very efficient.
Yeah. They know what to look for. They know.
Yeah. They know the
signs.
Like doing that. I actually do like doing that, being the person with,
I know.
that's listening to the
It's
white noise.
cool, right? I
do
love
like
it.
doing that.
I like the nap. I like it. I like the nap.
Well, it's not quite a nap because when you hear stuff, you got to repeat it, what you're hearing.
Well, for me, it is because I just, give me a blanket and a pillow, let me lay down. I'll put them earphones on and I will just curl up and just spit out words. It's like my whole body relaxes and I'm just going with the flow. And it's like you hear the and it's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It's so
It's
soothing.
okay. It's like somebody putting on a fan when they're sleeping. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like if you have to have a fan on, it's kind of like the same thing for me.
And we've done it in a gravity chair, right? And you just feel weightless. Like it just puts you, you just actually don't feel like you're tethered to the planet anymore when you do it like that. It's so wild.
Well, it's just like me and Krista, we have to listen to the ID channel to go to sleep.
True.
We do.
True. That or go.
You know which one? You know what shows mine? You know, Ancient Aliens. I hear that dude's voice and I'm out. I'm like, I'm down for the count.
I'm gonna have to try that one out. I'm gonna have to try that because I swear every time me and Krista are staying somewhere, because she's looking at me and I'm looking at her. Yeah, what are we watching? She's like, just make sure it's something I want to watch, or turn it this way so I can see it. That's what we do. Seriously, it's just something to sleep by,
Yeah, that's not normal for most people, though, Brandi.
No.
Let's talk real quick. Let's touch on. Do you remember? Well, this was last year, and it's been a while since we touched on it. The human pendulum we did.
A human pendulum.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this. Do tell.
I'll let you talk about it, Brandi.
Well, okay, because I was when we first did it, I was on the outside. I was filming the whole entire process because I really wanted to know what it was all about because they were so excited about it. And I'm like, I have no idea. I don't want to participate until I know because, I don't want to open myself up for something I can't control. So I'm watching, and what they do is they've got a circle of people and they start swaying back and forth. And what they're doing is they're creating energy into a circle. Okay. And there is one person in there that is, I will call the director. He's the director of the process. And then you have the pendulum. Okay. We're going to take Krista as our pendulum. Krista's standing in the middle and he's going to test her as the pendulum because, when you ask a pendulum a question, it will start to circle or move, clockwise, counterclockwise, or back and forth to where the answer it wants to say, which is yes, no, maybe, whatever. Well, when this starts and goes in, you kind of do the same thing. You get relaxed and, but this energy and this vibrations moving in the circle with all of these people. And he'll say, if your answer is yes, show me what yes is. And what'll happen is he'll have his hands on each side of your shoulder, and then you will actually move forward or backwards. So he'll ask, what is your yes? And if you move forward, he goes, okay, your forward is yes. And what is your backwards? And then, or what is your backwards? Is that no? And then you'll move backwards. So then you start asking questions.
You're doing it.
You don't think you're even moving.
No. And so I had him standing there. He had his arms around both my front and back of my shoulder.
Not touching her.
No.
Not touching her.
Wow.
Yeah. I volunteered for it. I'm like, I do this.
Yeah. So when they started asking questions, you could see Krista just kind of leaned forward or she'll lean backwards, but she's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Mm-hmm. So it was really kind of neat to have all of these people in the circle creating all of this energy to make a pendulum.
Oh yeah, you could definitely feel it. And that's why I told Brandi, I was like, oh, this is bull. S-H-I-T,
That's why I filmed it.
Yeah.
But let me also tell you what else happened.
There's no way. I'm like, I want to do this.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what else happened. So she's in there and they're asking her questions and she's moving, da 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 da. But I had like equipment. Now, granted, listen, we're standing in the middle of an indoor drained pool. Okay. The the story goes that there was a little boy that drowned in there. Isn't that right, Krista? There was a little boy that drowned in that pool. Anyway, it's drained, and so we're all in the pool doing this. But I had equipment all over the back side of this, and everybody was towards the front. And my equipment was going off every time she answered a question. There went my equipment off right behind me. Just kept going off. You know, it was really a cool thing. I think that, you know, maybe once we get into a paranormal investigation, Krista, I think maybe we should try that again.
Absolutely.
You know, that you know, let's do that, and we can film it and show everybody exactly what we're looking at and how it's done, because that's really cool. It's cool.
That's awesome.
I was, you know, Brandi and I sat back and we just watched, and we're like, that's BS. I kept telling Brandi that, like, they're full of it.
Because her, you know, her and I will always stand back. We'll always stand back because we, you know, when people start this stuff, we're like, yeah, you know, do I really want to open myself up to that? And
plus on top of it, we're very skeptic.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out how, you know, what's making them think this is, you know, are they doing it on purpose? Are they leaning, or is he moving, you know, his hands? No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I filmed the whole thing. And
you could almost feel like a sensation pushing you forward or backward. And that's honest to God's truth, guys. I mean, like, after I did it, I told Brandi, I was like, this is not BS, man. This is some real stuff.
That's
wild. Yeah.
So everybody that's in the circle, that's around the person in the center,
is creating energy.
They're just focusing.
They're just swaying like this.
They start swaying. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all they're doing is they're swaying. And then if it gets like a little like low energy, or the vibration's low, well, you know what they do? They start walking in a circle. They'll start following each other just to create movement, to create energy, to raise the vibration. And then they'll go backwards and rock the other way, and then they'll start swaying again. Yeah, they'll change the whole frequency in the room.
Yeah. When we did
and then it starts working again.
What would you say? There was probably 15 people in the circle, or outside of the circle, you know, that made the circle?
I would say outside of the circle. And there was more even standing out with me, and then the two of you on the inside. So there was quite a few people in doing it. And the more people there are better, because like I said, it just creates more energy, more vibration going on in the room.
And also when you're the pendulum, you have to be relaxed. Like he said, you know, just let it go, and just, you know, put your shoulders down and, you know, relax. Don't be tense. And I'm telling you, it works.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That's one of the weird.
Laura says that might work for her sister. She's legally deaf, but has abilities like me. Absolutely. Because you don't have to close your eyes. You don't have to do none of that. You know, you could have an interpreter ask her the questions, which would probably be a really cool experiment, by the way. And have an interpreter ask her the questions and see if that would work. That would be that would be cool.
Yeah. And you know what, Paranormal Pixie, let me add to that. So I don't know if your sister's into ghosts or anything like that. However, at the Ray County Museum, I guess it's been a year or so ago, the Tennessee Wraith Chasers came, and they had attendees there and all that good stuff. And there was a person who was deaf that was there. So one of the people that haunt the place is named Goldie, and she was deaf, and she was mute. She was a deaf mute. And one of the attendees was also deaf, but he started doing sign language with her in one of the rooms, and he was getting responses. So, I mean, that's something, maybe, I don't know if your sister's into that type of thing, you know, but yeah. So that was cool. And Paranormal Pixie, try it next summer. She and I will be there together. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you could try, even like if you did your own investigation, say at a type of a hospital, asylum, whatever, any medical facility, try it there too. Try it there too. See if it'll work. Just have her start communicating and see if you can get any equipment to go off, or maybe get some type of EVPs or some type of movement. That would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And fifth light bandit, please drink one for me.
Merlot time. Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, we are coming up on the hour and a half mark, and Brandi and I do have another show to do.
Yes.
So we have to call it a night, but we do appreciate each and every one of you.
Yes.
Tonight was just kind of low key, just talk about whatever. And that was our intention when we came on here tonight. So, anyway, it was fun. I had a good time.
I did.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
Yeah. Sometimes these are some of the best shows,
Yeah. It went by quick.
It did. It really did go by quick.
It did.
And just a quick reminder, if you're in around Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, any of that area, this weekend, check out the Ozark Sasquatch.
Ozark, Missouri.
Yes. Yeah, Ozark, Missouri, Ozark Mountain Sasquatch, Ozark Mountain Bigfoot Expedition and Conference.
Yeah, I think you got it. Let me put the picture up one more time.
Here's my thing. I always want to say Ozark Mountain Sasquatch because that's Shane's channel. And right. That's why I always want to say that, but it's Ozark Mountain Bigfoot Conference and Expedition. No more expedition spots. We took the last
right.
one.
Yes.
So check out our show with Thomas Ferrario tomorrow night, and think of us. We'll be in the woods. Yeah. We'll have our butts in the brush.
You sure will, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So anyway, once again, we appreciate everybody, and stay tuned. Saturday we'll probably do some sort of live from the conference or something. But all of our YouTube channels, ours and as well as Nana Boss here, we'll all be recording stuff and posting to our channels too. So
so keep your eyeballs out open and just keep checking the channel. We'll post what we can.
Hit those notification bells so you don't miss the thing.
That's right. And then like I said, everybody, if you can't be there, then watch them on our shows. Yeah, be there, be square.
That's right.
That's right.
Perfect. All right. Well, we appreciate everybody, and good night. And to people who will be there, we will see you all on Saturday.
Yes.
Good night,
guys.
Good night.